Today we're taking another trip back to the 1950s, when diners were buzzing, jukeboxes were spinning, and no backyard barbecue was complete without a good helping of sweet pickle relish. It wasn't just a topping, it was a staple, bright, tangy, and packed with crunch. And the best part, making it from scratch is easier than you'd think. This homemade relish is tangy, crunchy, and bursting with vintage charm. Hello my friends and fellow Apollonians, welcome back to Apaulo Diner. I'm your host Apaulo Jupiter, and today we're diving into a true vintage classic. The kind of relish that sat proudly on every backyard picnic table and made hot dogs sing. And let's be honest, a hot dog without relish is like a jukebox without records. Technically fine, but missing all the fun. So grab your apron and let's get started. First we need some crunch. We'll finally chop about 2 cups of pickling cucumbers. These are smaller, firmer, and perfect for relish. Then half a cup of onions for a little bite, and half a cup of green and red bell peppers, each for that classic 1950s color. Mix them all in a bowl. Now here's a little secret from the past. Salt. We'll sprinkle in a tablespoon of pickling salt and cover everything with cold water. This step helps draw out excess moisture, keeping our relish crisp instead of watery. Let it sit for an hour, then rinse it well and squeeze out the extra liquid. Trust me, this makes all the difference. Now let's bring in that signature flavor. In a saucepan, we'll mix 3/4 cup of apple cider vinegar with half a cup of sugar. That's what gives it a perfect balance of sweet and tangy. Then in go half a teaspoon each of mustard seeds and celery seeds, a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric for that beautiful golden hue, and just a pinch, about a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves for a little depth. And here's the thought, pickling is basically time travel for vegetables. These cucumbers thought they were living their best lives, and now boom, they're part of a mid-century masterpiece. Give it a stir and bring it to a gentle simmer. And oh, does it smell good. This is the kind of aroma that'll transport you straight to a classic 50s diner. Now we add our drained veggies right into the pot. Stir everything up and let it simmer over medium-low heat for about 10 to 15 minutes. The longer it simmers, the more those flavors melt together into something truly special. Once most of the liquid has evaporated but the mix is still juicy, your relish is done. See that? Nice golden and packed with flavor. This is exactly how they did it back in the day. Once it's cooled a bit, we transfer it into a clean glass jar. Now technically, you could dive in right away, but if you let it sit overnight, the flavors really settle in. Patience, my friends, is a vintage virtue. Sure, you could buy relish at the store, but where's the adventure in that? Making it yourself means you get bragging rights and a kitchen that smells like a vintage diner. Win-win. Now what do we do with this little jar of nostalgia? Slather it on a classic hot dog, dress up a cheeseburger, mix it into potato salad, or even use it as a sandwich spread. However you enjoy it, one thing's for sure, this is the bee's knees of relishes. And just like that, we've brought back another taste of the past. If you love vintage flavors and old school cooking, please be sure to like, subscribe, and stick around for more delicious classics like this one right here. And until next time, my friends and fellow Apollonians, may your hot dogs be loaded, your burgers be juicy, and your kitchen be filled with retro charm. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.